This is John from Fruitful Acres. So we're in some of our Concord rows. We got to clean up this mess. Crazy overgrown. We need to trim it back, tie it up, get it all organized. We got to get the fruit put in the same area so that way we can get, get the net up. We need to trim back some of this green growth up here, make sense of it. So this is the before, and then I'll show you some after. So I started getting into grapes about 15, 16 years ago. Family has a small vineyard down in the Finger Lakes, and it was my responsibility at the time. If somebody wanted to do something with it, try to bring it back. Not very big, about a half an acre, 300, 400, 500 vines. But anyways, spoke to some of the neighbors, a lot of grape growers down there, a lot of commercial growers, no organic growers, but a lot of commercial growers, but the pruning tips are the same. So I remember asking a neighbor to come over and help give me some advice on what to do with pruning, and I was so overwhelmed, it was ridiculous. There's so many conditional decisions that you have to make, trade-offs, and it's all based on experience. Here's some good fruit set right here. See if we can get that. It's a little dark. That's a nice fruit right there. But it's so conditional. You know, he would talk to me and say, oh yeah, well you do this unless this happens, then you gotta do that. And then if this happens, then you gotta do that. And so many variables. There is really no substitute for talking to somebody who's got grapes and ask them when they're going to prune, when they're doing whatever. Do they need some help? You need some help with that? Learn from hands-on experience. That's how I did it. You know, you do it a couple thousand times and it starts to become natural. But it's not super complicated, but you know, books are helpful. I've read books on the subject. They are helpful. There's a lot of resources out there. But when it comes to shears to plant, you want to make sure you're doing the right thing. You really should go look in your neighborhood, see who might have some grapes in their yard. Maybe knock on their door. Say, hey, see your grapes. Looking nice. How do you do that? What'd you do? I've noticed that people that have fruit and people who are growing and farmers in general, even if they're homesteaders or whatever, other people help them get to where they gotta go, whether it's family or friends or neighbors or whomever. And they're eager to pay it forward to others that might need that help. Because there's not enough people growing food, that's for sure. Especially not organically. But this is what it looks like, at least on the road-facing side, when you get it all thinned out. And again, down here, there's another gap. We're going to have to put a layer in. But that's our Concord, a little before and after.